Vessela has attended CDPUG meetings for a long time and has a passion for learning. She always sat in the back, but she asked lots of questions. Recently, Vessela stepped forward and helped CDPUG with our WordPress and MailChimp. I have witnessed firsthand that she's a very fast learner. Now Vessela is stepping forward to tell us her story and shall share her beautiful artwork.
I attended fine art school after 7th grade, and after every year and in the beginning of the year we went to field trips where we drew from observation. In this school I actually did hand-woven tapestry, and you'll see on the next slide where most of the things that I started with complicated projects, I used not flat covers, gradients, or I used something that was a little bit more complicated on the right. Those are a few of the drawings that I did. So I usually chose projects that are slightly complicated. After high school, I went to a business school in Bulgaria. When I came to the US, I actually started to think about a new career going back in between business and commercial art. So this is one of the places in Tri-C where I started to take extra classes. This was from the museum. I started a job there. This was one of the acquisition material that was handed out to donors, and I worked with the development. This was an exhibition guide that was following the outline of the exhibition and the area, so people would be engaged with the space. And the challenging part was the cropping of contemporary art images. This was another piece that we were not allowed to use some of the key objects, so I had to use an object that was very tiny but still looked great. I did a lot of games that were engaging a family audience, so they can go in the exhibits and enjoy their time with family and spend more time in the galleries. This was a piece that was for the centennial. There were cards with housing units, a map, and actually it reverted to a puzzle at the end. I did a lot of those materials with the education department. This was another piece with the kids were given cards based on their age group, and hopefully they were spending again more time and enjoying family. I did program brochures and one of the events that were connected to various kinds of happenings at the museum, exhibitions, performances, other events. That was one of the brochures that was never accommodated because of COVID. This was a prototype for an app, and actually, however, the biggest contribution that I had, I thought, was connected to alphabets, and it was because my background was basically with going back to history with the Glagolitic and Cyrillic, so I knew a lot. So I work with different people to collaborate and to create more than 18 different languages, and some of them we actually worked with very limited budget. This was the Japanese version of the guides, where actually I worked with a real translator who ran an InDesign with a Japanese version, so I had to actually convert my computer. And this was those are pieces from my current job, one of the product lines in black and white, and I'm currently wearing a lot of hats, working on a variety of projects, including signage, printed collateral, wearables, and things that whatever the needs are. And I also work on digital stuff. Mainly this part is connected to digital and the mobile version. Many people oversee the mobile version, for which I'm kind of having an extra eye for it. I recently worked on the identity and straightening different materials so they can represent. We have many sub-brands, and I also work on fun stuff like Spotify playlists and other things.